So this is my long-term review of the Insta360 X5. This is not going to be a stat read, it's not going to be a numbers-focused tech review. I've had this camera, I've used it for filming my racing and training for a year, so I'm going to be speaking directly from experience. I'm not too fussed about specs. What really matters to me is that I can capture the content that I want when I want to capture it in an easy way. So I want to be able to record my races because I don't often have a race camera bike, or I want to be able to record my training because I'm training on my own. So that is like the main selling point of this camera, and that's the main reason why I really like it. But there's a whole lot more to get into, so I'll get into it. So this is my main action camera. I use it for probably 90% of the times that I'll have a camera mounted to my bike, or if I want to get any kind of sort of action focus footage. It'll sit under my handlebars and obviously capture the full 360 degrees. As I'm sure most of you already know, what makes this special is the whole 363-degree thing. You put it on, you turn it on, and you just don't have to worry about what it's seeing, what it's pointing at, because you can really just sort it all out later. That's what makes it so special. You can capture everything in a race situation. It's not like you want to check who's behind you, don't know what's there. So that's just, yeah, it's really cool. Set and forget in terms of getting it set up. I've done a video as well on how I mount it and how I edit it with the data overlay. So if you want to check out that video in the description. For racing, I use a timer, so time capture. So you don't have to worry about capturing the right bit or getting it for the sprint or anything like that. You can set it to start timing at a specific time. The battery on this is insane. It'll last, I think, over 2 hours. I don't think I've even pushed it to its limits, but even on full resolution, it'll last absolutely ages. So capturing the moment that's what this is all about. Capturing the moment wherever it is in terms of the angle and whenever it is in terms of time. It's pretty easy to get that right. One camera, multiple angles, zero stress. So the stabilization on this thing is absolutely insane. Bunch sprints, 70 kilometers an hour. No problem. And on top of that, security as well. You can put an actual bolt, not just a thumb screw, but an actual bolt on this thing. You ratchet that up real tight and it's just not going anywhere. So yeah, you're not gonna have to be worrying about the camera falling off or anything like that. So yeah, it's been fine for me. And as long as you tighten everything up well, the security is really good, because I have lost cameras before. I lost a camera on a descent in France, and I literally spent an hour looking for this thing in the middle of the Hout route and I never found it. So that was before I got one of these, so yeah. So the camera goes up to 8K, which is an unbelievable amount of pixels. In fact, for racing, I actually leave it on 5.7K just to really extend the battery life. And then you could get like an entire road race. It's crazy. But when you switch it to 8K, which is what I use for most of my content scenarios, you can crop in, zoom in, and it really is as if you had a normal camera just pointing there in the first place, except of course you can do it retrospectively and point it at an angle. So yeah, the quality is crazy. The sensor size is 1/1.28, which is significantly bigger than the 1/2 from the X4. So that just means a whole lot more light can get into that sensor. The resolution is one thing, like I said, 8K is huge, but with that increased sensor size, it just means you're going to see much more clarity, especially in lower light conditions. But I promise you, that's the last of the tech spec talk, because like I said, I'm not too fussed, but just to put it into perspective of what it was over the X4, it's a good chunk better, and it shows. You can use this in pretty low light settings and you can see everything no problem at all. It's pretty cool. Another angle, you could very easily use this as a dash cam camera, only really needing one camera, and you can see number plates really easily in the 8K setting. So that's just another use case that I could see working really well for. As for editing the footage, like I said, I've done a video about how I edit it and how I mount it and all that kind of stuff. But to cut to the chase, it's really simple. You can do it on your phone or the laptop. I really like to do it on the phone because I'm often traveling with the camera, and it's just really easy. Connected via Wi-Fi, and then just literally edit the clips directly on your phone, export it. It's so quick, and it just saves a whole load of time of transferring it to the laptop or transferring it to a USB stick and then moving things over. Yeah, just dealing with the large files can be a pain with other cameras, so just directly on the phone, super easy. And of course, one of the best features is the data overlay. Like, again, edit it with the phone. In a few taps, you can have data overlay that's precisely matched to the video clip, and yeah, that's just what allows you to create those really cool videos. And because of that, I've also been using it for sprint breakdowns, not just for content, but for actually myself, for learning and, you know, watching back my sprints and my race videos and seeing, oh, I could have done this better, I could have done that better. And it's really useful as that sort of personal replay, which a lot of other sports have. You know, every other sport, you know, a coach will bring a camera to a football game and they'll analyze the plays. In cycling, we don't really have that. Below the World Tour level, where of course every race is televised and has like the full camera crew, it's actually really difficult to get that high quality footage from races. So having the onboard camera just sort of takes that step away. And again, you just don't have to worry about it until afterwards. For me though, as much as I love to record the racing, the best use case is that I can just record videos whenever I want on my own. I train, I don't always have someone to train with, someone to film videos for me, of me. So having this where I can just set up on my bike, press the record button, and I'm getting footage, and it's not like a selfie footage, which obviously doesn't look as good. It's really useful. And of course, like I said, in the race, with the race footage, having that time capture, also really useful because you do not want to be faffing around trying to press the button and check if it's recording mid-race. Yeah, so those are probably my favorite features. And yeah, it just makes the camera so much more usable. Now, as with everything, there are some trade-offs, some downsides. The main downside for me is the size. If you want a really compact camera, this might not be the best option. Insta360 have the Go series, which is super small, and they now have the X4 Air, which is another 360 camera in a much smaller form factor. So that's something to take into consideration. But if you want the best quality footage and all the other stuff I've talked about, then this is probably the best option for a 360 camera. Like I said, I've used this for just over a year now, and yeah, it's a no-brainer for me. It's easily the best camera for capturing everything, every moment, and every angle. So I will continue to use this in as many races as I can. And that about wraps it up. I hope this video was useful in some way. If you want to get one yourself, check out the link in the description, and thanks for watching.